Hi, guys. Hi, Thelma and Mary R. and Brenda, Mary T. Moving too fast. Charma. And I think we got everybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Never intentional. Hey, I've been sitting here for a few minutes looking at this paper pack because it's different than anything I've ever attacked in the past. And I'm kind of excited to see what we'll do with it. This is the one that we accidentally said we were going to do on. This is the one we said we were accidentally going to do on Thursday. And I still had it on my desk, and I thought, well, let's just pull it out and see what we can do with it. So I want to show you the original sheets because I've just been sitting here cutting them all up. And I'll show you what I've been doing with them. Okay, so your class kit will include 4 of these banner pieces. Boy, I got some wild looking hair there this morning. 4 of these banner pieces, this cutout sheet, this banner, this banner, and then this sentiment sheet. And we'll have 4 sheets of paper. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Such bright, pretty paper. So my thinking was, when you look at this doesn't automatically look like a card kit, but I think it has some great potential as a card kit. So what I started by doing, let's just set these full sheets aside because these are now my sheets. I started by cutting some of these into 5x7s. I may not make 5x7 cards of them, but since I know I can get 4 5x7s out of one 12x12 sheet of paper, I will go ahead and start with a 5x7. I can always cut it down and use pieces for other things and that kind of stuff, but didn't cut that quite far enough. Oops. Come on. There we go. Okay. So this is what I get when I cut up that big 5x7 or that big 12x12 sheet. Okay. I'm even going to keep these little 2x2s for now because you never know what they're gonna go with. Hi, Annette. We're going to grab a couple of card blanks here and just kind of, oops, those are 4x8s, wrong ones. There's some 5x7s. Okay. And just look at whether we want to just make a simple card or two. Some of these ones I took the images off of are just beautiful. So let's see what we have here in our 5x7 card faces. And cut those big, beautiful pieces up and just get amazing, beautiful pieces out of them. So we have that one. That one, and these have patterns on the back too, so I could always do the backs of these if I wanted to. So it's kind of odd with the little bits of white there. This one's beautiful. And this one, honeycomb on the back. I love this one with the white sketching. That's beautiful. And here, some tall flowers with bees. So our kit's fairly small with 4 pieces of cardstock and 4 banners, but it's going to give us more material than we know what to do with. Okay, so I went through all those and I didn't actually pick one while I was there. Let's use one of these ones that are a little busier. I like this one with the honeycomb. That's pretty. Let's see what we want to do here. I do think I might like a border around it. I like the way that looks. So let's just start here by cutting this down just a little to give us a border. I'll go to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Choosing the part of the pattern I like the best to retain. And let's see how that looks. This, by the way, is really nice cardstock. You can hear the weight of the cardstock. It's really nice. And it's got that beautiful kind of semi-gloss finish to it, which I think is really pretty.
Hi, Elsie.
Hi, Elsie. So I have all kinds of little pieces cut up here. I just wanted to get a bunch of that stuff done before we got into things too far. This could be a really fun image for this piece. Got that honeycomb, and we got this image that says honey, honey, honey. I like that. Let's go ahead and put this one down to our card.
Hi to Catherine.
Catherine's here. Hi, Catherine.
Brenda says some of those papers look like pressed flowers would be beautiful on them.
I think they could be gorgeous, actually. That's a great idea. I might even do that. I have a box of pressed flowers over there. For What's New Wednesday this coming week, I have a whole bunch of pressed flowers in stock for you now. You can see them online, but I'll show them on What's New Wednesday too. You've got a nice selection of each of them. So let's see how I want this to go. This isn't really absolutely directional. It could go, come in a little closer, honey. I've got all these scraps and bright colors, and it makes it almost impossible to see what I'm actually looking at. There we go. Thank you. This isn't absolutely directional. I think it could be like this. I also think that it could be like this, depending on which one we like better.
I think the bees work better this direction.
This way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm open to suggestions. So, that's pretty just like that. But we need to put a message of some sort on it. And they have all these pretty little messages. That honey, honey, honey is actually pretty big. So I might have to cut that down and just use half of it. Like it down there, I think. Okay. There's these phrases are beautiful though. We've got, I'll tell you some of the ones we've got. The sweetest honeybee, this one says. Actually, I really like that one there. Kind of covers up, I think I'll use that one. We've got life is too short to be anything but happy. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. I like that one. And there's way more phrases here. I just buried them. Hope is the only bee. Hope is the only bee that makes honey without flowers. I'm going to use this one right here. I like that. And I'm going to get some foam tape out here. Lost my scissors. The sweetest honeybee. Okay. Yep, I'm not covering up any bees or anything. Just going to put that right down there. I'm wondering if I might want just a little more of something on this card. I have these I cut out. And these could be cut out individually and added wherever I like. That might be kind of fun too. I think I'm going to cut out one of these honeycombs. If they were on a secret date, I don't think Thelma would be here either, Catherine. Let me take the honeybee and put him up here too. That's just kind of fun, isn't it?
I think it needs to be backed in black or something because it just melts
Doesn't-
right in.
Doesn't show enough.
No.
Can do
Black
that.
or white
I can do that.
or gold Mary.
It's actually my black card, but I can cut it up. Oh, I'll put this on here.
But you could put it on with foam tape so it stood up.
Do what? What?
You could stand up off the black.
It's too late.
It's not.
I'd be riding a tractor. Okay, Brace wants this up on foam square, so cameraman gets what he wants. I'd have to have another pair of scissors that aren't as sticky. Really gonna have to clean up my scissors one of these days. Okay. Okay. Let's pop this on this black. Thank you, honey. There's a little bit of my foam showing there. Trying to kind of vary that. I'm gonna eyeball this and see if I can get away with it. We'll find out. That's pretty good. You like that?
Can't see it. Much better.
I'm wondering if I want something else up there. I cut the flowers. I cut these flowers off of my big sheet. Actually, I like adding more flowers there. I like that a lot. So let's get some more tape here. Actually, I'll just tape this down. I just fussy cut the one that had the wreath sort of thing on it. I just fussy cut that and cut out some of the flowers to use as components in other places. Oh, that's going to be fun for you, Annette, to have Oliver come and stay. He's such a sweetie. Okay. I have a lot of card making components here. This right here. I'm going to take this, put it on a little bit of foam. And while I fussy cut these, the designs are kind of soft around the edges, so there wasn't really a way to fussy cut them so they were exacting, which is actually okay. It's it's absolutely okay that they were soft around the edges, because then it doesn't require as exact.
Brand new scissors.
Oh, sorry. I'll use these sticky ones, okay?
Correct.
Okay. I just put a little foam on the back of this. And this had a straight edge on it from the edge of the cardstock, so I'm just going to put that straight edge along the edge of my flowers here. I'm going to bring this up a little more. Yeah, I like that. There's our first card, guys. Busy like a bee, but it's fun. Aren't they pretty? So, first one done. Okay, I'll try something else. I haven't done that in a long time. I'm going to take this piece that I cut all the flowers out of. I'm going to cut myself some strips of color. Let's see, where do I want to start? I just need to start with an edge. I'm cutting my strips to about maybe 3/8 of an inch. They don't have to be exact. Actually, they'll be more fun if they're not totally exact. few short pieces here. Fill in where they may. This paper by 3/4 Design, guys, is actually really, really beautiful. The weight of this paper and the texture of this paper is just really striking to work with.
Mary R says, Debbie, they sell doggy ice cream at the grocery store. Then you can eat more often.
Okay, I'm going to take these strips I just created. And I'm going to create a background out of them. Wow, you got a house full, Annette. You got a bunch of them. Just going to take my glue, start gluing these paper strips down. Bryce is looking at me like I'm crazy. And I probably am. You really have a bunch of birthdays coming up. I'll leave a little 1/8-inch strip in between my strips. Just going to glue these down right now, and then I'll trim the edges off all at one time. But mortar between tiles. Not trying to put the picture back together, I'm just putting stripes on my card. The fun thing about doing this technique is you can use any size paper. So like those ones that the pieces we cut off and the shorter pieces, they can all be used. Should tell people about our Mother's Day escapades, honey.
Go ahead.
You go
It's
ahead.
your day.
Well, but you were just as involved in the happenings after. Go ahead and tell them while I glue pieces down.
The girls took Debbie to a fun center to play games and to have lunch. So we did that for 4+ hours. Nice long adventure. And then as we were leaving, the girls and I noticed a elderly lady had fallen in the parking lot, so we went over to provide assistance. And she had fallen and face first and cut up her mouth pretty badly and stuff, but she refused to let us call the ambulance or police. So Lauren and Corey, her best friend, was going to walk her home. She said she just lived around the corner.
Which ended up being a half a mile or so away.
At least, yes. Jordan and I ran in to get some hand sanitizer because we got blood on us, and get some napkins. And when we got back out and around the corner, the lady had fallen again. And so we ran back, got the car, and picked up Debbie, who was waiting out front, and then went over, and Lauren loaded her in the back of the car, and the lady gave us directions, which was like more than just around the corner. It was like a good half a mile walk more than she had already walked, which was probably a half a mile. And we got her back to her house. I guess it's like an assisted living or independent living over 55 place.
Assisted living.
And she led us around inside because it was a very large complex, and she was disoriented, so we got to explore many hallways. Finally found the elevator and got her up to her room. And in the meantime, somebody else had already called the police, and they showed up. So he wanted us to take him back in so he could check on her. And so we did. And then after he got in there and knew where he was going, then he excused Jordan and I. And that was quite an eventful afternoon. And all the girls came over to the house afterwards, and Jordan has gotten a new VR headset.
Virtual, you can tell them what that means.
Virtual reality headset, which totally immerses you into a game. And so the girls played that for a couple hours, and then they went home. Well, Lauren and Corey went home. Jordan stayed and went home the next day. So we had a very fun time at the game place, and then an eventful afternoon.
I was very nervous about Bryce and Jordan taking that lady into her apartment. But when I saw that it was an assisted living facility, even though I didn't go in with them, I thought, well, once they know where she is, we can go to the counter and we can ask somebody to check on her, because she was not doing particularly well. I mean, she
wasn't steady.
She was not steady at all on her feet. And she said she just wanted to get into the house where her cat was and just love her cat. But I was afraid she'd go in there and go to sleep. And, she could have even been concussed since she had really smacked her face hard. So I was very nervous until the police officer got there. And we didn't call him, although I would have liked to have. I talked with the girls later and said, when you encounter a situation like that, the lady might not want you to call the police, but sometimes you have to do what's best for her, regardless of what she thinks is best for her. And so we had kind of a teachable moment there about making sure that helping is really helping, and not allowing her to be in a situation that was potentially dangerous for her. But my family, I was very proud of my family, watching them just spring into action, because that's what they do. Seriously. I don't know. You may need parental guidance in Scotland, Catherine, so I might have to adopt you before you go. That's what I'm thinking about that situation there. You may just need supervision before you go.
Say hi to Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Making a card out of scraps here. Just cutting some strips. Bob update. Yeah, give him a Bob update, honey. We had a good week and a bad week. They haven't heard about the bad week, so we probably need to back up to there and start forward.
Well, starting with the bad week, they had made an adjustment to one of his meds, and that really threw him for a loop. He started getting extremely agitated, trying to hit his caregivers. He started having hallucinations, and which wasn't good. So we actually started hospice so that they could help with some of these challenges on a faster basis than working through the regular doctors. And we've adjusted his meds again, got him some new meds, and that, for all reports, has been an improvement. He's George, who's his primary caregiver, he has decided that is his brother Gordon or me. So he calls him Bryce or Gordon all the time. But Dad is eating really well. Sometimes he wants to be independent and do it himself, and other times he'll let George pick up his fork or spoon and help him. So he's had his little sense of humor has come back. He actually George calls my sister, and Dad and George chat on the phone, and Dad actually talked to his sister and brother-in-law and used their names. Didn't say a lot of words, but he was at least communicating with them. So all good things. So Debbie and I'll go over probably tomorrow, since we have girls coming over for game night tonight. We'll get to check on him firsthand, but we do have a nurse that goes in once or twice a week and checks on him and makes whatever adjustments are needed. So we'll get eyes on him tomorrow. But otherwise, that's the latest update. Where is 3/4 Design?
Australia. I'm sure it is. Let me look. I have a piece right here. New Zealand. I take it back. 3/4 Design is in New Zealand. Why, I should always look instead of assuming I know. Okay. So my thought is to put both a greeting standing out on here and a pretty floral over my background there. Just have to decide which one I want to use. I kind of like that with a big, bright flower. I like that. I'm going to trim the edge of this card just a little bit. It's not quite wide enough to put another strip, but it's more white than I want there. So I'm going to just trim it down just a little. Just about 1/8 of an inch. Just make that bold white go away. I like that one too.
Say hi to Truth Hear It. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Isn't this product great? Nice of you to join us again, Truth Hear It. We enjoyed having you with us the other day, and I'm glad you could come back today. Kind of like that. I think maybe we'll border this again, like we did last time.
Chalbella just released some new items.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
A few new collections.
Oh, I will. Yeah, we've gotten some. We usually take a little longer to get Chalbella because we are out of country, and our distributor over here sends everything by cargo vessel. So it takes a little longer sometimes to see the new stuff. We did get some new pieces recently. I'm not sure we have the most recent. So I'll watch and see what they're doing. Chalbella has gorgeous stuff. I love Chalbella.
Catherine says your paper trimmer sounds magnificent. Sounds like a successful French guillotine.
I think this might look neat with the black and white. It does. Set that in there. And I do think I like this one with a great big flower on it. Just kind of draw attention to the flower, and it kind of looks like the one in the greeting. So I'm going to put that on there. So I need more tape. More tape. More foam tape. Gotta grab the scissors I already got icky, or I'll get in trouble with my spouse. This would be the ones.
Glenn says he's mowing the grass in his yard. Brenda asks how large. He says, oh, just 6 acres.
Oh my gosh. The title of this collection that we're working on is called Be Happy. We have paper packs and a variety of fun things in to match it from three-quarter design. We went through them a couple weeks ago. Margie was just waiting on pens and needles for this collection to get here because she saw it at the workshop and just couldn't stand not to have that in her hands. Oh, I kind of like that too. What do you guys like? You like it this way better? Down here.
I can't see.
We want a portrait.
Question: what do you do with all the cards you make? Donate? Give them away?
Actually, one of I keep them for quite a while because I do on-site classes too. So once I've made up the class for an online class, then I already have my samples ready to go for on-site classes. And we keep them on-site until we have sold out that collection and it's no longer available. And then This is the other way, guys. Here's our landscape version. Okay. And at the end of every year, my family, and I use that term broadly, I actually have a small family, but I have a huge family when it comes to my card making boxes. You like landscape best, Brenda? Anybody else want to vote? This is landscape. This is portrait. I think I like landscape too. Oh, I now like portrait. I got 2 votes for landscape, 3 votes for landscape. Okay. We're doing landscape. Thank you for your votes. Anyway, at Christmas every year, Bryce and I go through and make up a card box for everybody on our Christmas list. And those card boxes have usually, I think, about 20 cards, 25.
I was going to say 50.
No, it's not that many. 20 to 25 cards a piece. And we give away some years as many as a dozen of them. So it goes a long way towards using up our available cards. We've also done projects where we give them away, take them to nursing homes, you know, some of that kind of thing. But my family, their favorite present and the one they look forward to the most is their card boxes. And I get calls starting in about August, September, what they want to see in their boxes this year. They'll say, I need a few more Get Well cards and a few less sympathy cards, or I need more birthdays this year. So I can focus on what it is that they're going to want. And that has actually been really fun and rewarding for me to be able to give those to my family and friends and know that that's a really popular gift for them. I put them in one of those Christmas boxes that look like a book and then tie a beautiful fluffy bow around it. And they're so pretty. Okay, there's card number 2. Isn't that fun? I like that. Okay, now, what do we want to do? I have little glued on piece of paper everywhere here on my desk. All right, let's see. Let's take a card. Let's use one of these. These are the 5x7s that I cut out of my full sheets. Get something that's nice and colorful. That's a nice colorful one. This would be a good one with an image on it, wouldn't it? We'll keep those together. I like that. Here's our beekeeper. I think this is actually a really interesting one. You see the beekeeper there with the hives? I think that's really pretty cool. I can and often do. We do all kinds of cards in here. I keep a little cheat sheet here to tell me everybody's names. If you wanted to share that, I would love to be able to call you by name. And where are you from? Let's see, I'm not going to use this one for that. I think I liked this one. This time I'm going to cover my card with mirror board. to Mary. Should have one here. Before we started. Oh, knocking things on the floor. Well, that's actually kind of interesting. I think I'm going to cover it with blue Mary. Because you got to do the unexpected, you know? Got to do some of the unexpected. Truth here, we're out in Tigard, Oregon, just outside of Portland. How about some of the rest of you guys? Brenda says she's from Phoenix, Arizona. Mary R's from North Carolina. Annette, are you Georgia, Annette? I think you're Georgia. And Thelma is up in Michigan. Glenn is in, yeah, I know this. But my brain just went clunk and stopped.
Kansas.
Huh?
Kansas.
Kansas, yes. Kansas, yeah, Glenn says he's from Mars. I'm from Jensen, just outside Grand Rapids, Georgia. Mary T's from here in Washington. Kind of my neighbor, sort of. Yeah, and women are from Venus. You got it. That's where he's going with that. Oops, I don't like that. I got a little nick in my mirror board with my scissors. I'm going to trim that just a bit. Catherine's from France. And Elsie's from Norway.
What about Irene?
Irene. Where is Irene from? I should know where Irene's from Florida this week. Okay. So I like that. That looks pretty. All right. Now, I cut this down just a little bit and take 1/4 of an inch off each side. In fact, I think I might go even further than that. Let's take 1/4 inch off each side to start with. And this time, I want
Ruth is from Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville. That's Florida, right? I think that's Florida. I'm liking that. Take a little bit off this edge.
Jacksonville, Florida. Annette's guessing. Mary R's guessing North Carolina. Oh, her family is from Jacksonville.
Oh. Take a little bit more off this edge.
North Carolina.
Oh, okay. That's where my family originated, or my dad's family originated. They were up in the mountains in North Carolina. He came from Asheville, North Carolina. And they gravitated out here, I'm going to say in the late 40s or early 50s. Whoever would think he'd make something pretty by destroying the picture.
Sharma likes that you're stepping out of the box today.
I am. I'm way out of the box today. Always got to do something different. Let's see. I think I want one more piece. I think I'm going to come this way. I'm going to have to cut a little off this edge. Each time I cut a piece here, I have to cut a coordinating piece to allow me to space it out, which is kind of cool. All right. Now we're going to put those back on.
Yeah, so she uses this technique a lot. She loves it.
My glue bottle's hanging up because I didn't have it upside down. This honestly might be a better job with tape than it is with glue, because glue doesn't stick quite as well to Maryboard as tape does, but glue's movable. And since I'm gonna try and kind of put these back in and reconstruct a picture out of it, I want it to be fairly even. It doesn't matter if every border is absolutely straight. It's kind of part of the
Like the blue Mary behind it.
It's kind of the part of the art form that the lines aren't going to be entirely straight, just because of what we're doing with it. I did get that one trimmed down a little much. I might end up trimming my edge. Might not, though. I'll take that one back up for just a second. I'm going to trim a little bit more off of this because I'm going to trim my card. Oops. Okay. I have a little more than I wanted on this edge, so I'm going to take a 1/8 inch off my edge here, guys.
Catherine says it's like stained glass in a French cathedral.
Yeah, I like that. That looks better. And now let's put one of those sentiments on here. Nope, too big. I have a bunch of them here. I just have them all buried. Nope, don't like that one on there. I do have. When the flower blossoms, the bee will come. I do like that. I'm going to put that on there. This is just a border off of one of my sheets, guys. I like that. And I can use one more little element.
Catherine says the Notre Dame Cathedral should reopen just in time for the
Oh,
Paris
that's
Olympics.
exciting. They really got that rebuilt quickly. I'm impressed. It was so heartbreaking to watch it burn, and then just to see what human ingenuity could do getting it put back. This is an interesting little piece here. I like the color of this one. I don't want to cover up all of my lines. So do I want? Oh, I also have some little jars and things that I cut out of my ephemera sheet. I have these little squares out of the middle from making my 4 5x7 cards. That's another option. Maybe I just want a bottle. Actually, I kind of like the bottle. That'll work. That's what we're doing. Oh my gosh, what was their final in? Annette? Sounds like she was in a competition of sorts. But remind me what her final was in. Hopefully these are the ones that were already sticky.
Art.
In art, okay. Wow, that's neat. Love to see it. If you send me a picture, I will put it in a newsletter. Annette. I think we might all like to see what it turned out, how it turned out. Whoop.
She said she will.
Okay, cool. Yeah, put it in Wednesday's newsletter. How are you doing for time? Oh, we're great. We made 3 in the first hour. My fussy cutting was a little off there. I think I do want some foam on the back of that, though. I like that. Might want 2. Another little bottle here. I have a bunch of them. I would like having 2 of them on there. That looks good.
My daughter made her project with Ralph Lauren sheets she got from Goodwill.
Oh, really?
It's awesome.
Looky there, guys. How fun is that? These are fun. These are fun. Just to kind of, it's one of those days when you just have to kind of let your creativity just kind of go. They do the other 2 cards. I covered them up with stuff. What do I do with them? I don't see them on my table. There I am under here. No.
What are you looking for?
My cards. Where's my finished cards?
You were tossing them, right?
I know I was. Which is why I'm rather astounded they're not there. That's not what fell a while ago, is it?
One of them, at least. 2 of them.
Okay, that's where they went. All right, I like these that we had before. We had this set out. This looks really nice together. I dropped them on the floor. No, I've never been a AI person. But that sounds interesting. I don't get that one in half. Honey. Sorry, honey. I was down here crawling around on the floor getting the stuff I knocked off the table, which included my cards. Thank you. That's kind of fun.
Catherine says the colors are exotic and beautiful.
Don't hit your head, Annette says.
Already did.
Too late, Annette. Okay. Now, what are we doing here? First of all, I got to decide which way it's going to go, I think. Do you like that? I like these little honeybee or honeycomb pieces with a honeycomb in the background. It's kind of cool. Let's see if I want one more of those. Shorter flower. I like this bright one. I don't know if I have a shorter one.
Brenda says she saw a collection called Tea for Two by Country Craft Creations, and it has Margie written all over it.
Oh, really?
Have you seen it yet?
I don't know Country Craft Collections. It's not, maybe it's not carried by my distributors. Sure sounds like something Margie would love, though. Okay, what happens? I turn this way. Gotta keep positioning this till I get it right, guys. I like that. My paper is just a little too short to get away with this. But I might be able to do this. No, it's just a little. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I think I like that. I do. I have a couple little pieces of leaves and things here. That might look good along this bottom. Just to add another element, fill in that void. I like that. Let's do that.
So does Brenda.
Okay. I'm going to cover the entire cardstock this time and not leave a border because I'm pushing my boundaries there. Well, we've got a pretty good month in terms of the variety of vendors we've looked at. We've done several projects by Hunky Dory this time. Hunky Dory's out of Great Britain. And we've done Graphic 45, that's made right here in the US. We've done
Three-quarter design.
Three-quarter design. What's the one we did last time? Let's see, we did our pop-up box out of G45. So we've had lots of different I really like this piece with this honeycomb on it. Turn this down just a little bit. We'll go over here with this one. We're going to build these. Let's see. What am I doing wrong? I had these all laid out and I can't seem to match them. There they go. Yeah, I like that one. I'll put this on the foam. There we go. Did you get a good view of the Aurora Borealis from where you were, Catherine? We didn't, but I saw some pictures that people took around here. If you took it with a camera, you could actually get it even if you couldn't see it with your eyes, which was pretty cool. Do they know about me in the UK? Yeah, my vendors do. I have a lot of UK vendors that know about us. We have over time we've had lots of people kind of come and go. When in our first years of business, international shipping made up about 40% of our total volume. But then the U.S. Postal Service got all carried away with international shipping rates, and it just became embarrassing to tell people how much it would cost to ship their products, and I stopped selling internationally because I don't there was no way I could get it to them without it being just too expensive. So we've had a lot of people from Australia and from UK and actually countries all over the world. When my daughter was little, Lauren was little, we used to put a push pin in a map every time we had a new country. And we had like 50 or 60 pins in the map. But like I said, US Postal Service got a little too carried away with shipping rates, and we just decided we weren't going to do that anymore. Okay. Isn't that fun? I wonder if I could just get the Be Happy off of here. Probably too small. Let's see.
Well, St. Helens erupted 44 years ago today.
Oh, it's today, May 18th.
It is.
On May 18th, 1980, I was standing on a hillside behind my mom and dad's house, watching the mountain erupt when that happened. We watched it for the longest time, and then we went and watched all the debris come down the river. It was fascinating and tragic, but fascinating. The power of nature. That's just the right touch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fun cards. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, let's see. I want to do one.
You set one aside to do?
Acetate?
No, card.
I did it already. That was this last one I just did.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look through my pieces here and clean up just a little bit so I can see what I've got left to work with. I've got some leaves cut out, got some sentiments here. Still have a couple of those honeycomb shaped pieces. Well, that's funny. This was a 2-inch piece out of the middle of the cardstock that had the beekeepers on it.
Oh,
Turned out just right. We still have lots of beautiful pieces. So let's see. I'll put these down here. Another blue flower I cut out here. Imagine all this is coming from, so far, really, 2 sheets of cardstock and 2 sheets of cutouts. We still have this big, beautiful piece. I still have lots of borders and corners we could use. Let's look at these and see what's left. We just don't want to not use. Okay. You still have this believe in yourself. Lots of these little pieces. I like that saying. I like to use that somewhere. Oh, this is nice. I think I can get that saying cut up and go on there. On here. I like it on here. Look at all these beautiful pieces left, guys. Wowzer. Okay. I think this time I'm going to use this one. What's an experience, Catherine? Just the making of these, or was there something else that I said or did? Okay, I like that. That looks good. Margie's going to go crazy over these tomorrow.
say good night to Catherine.
Good night, Catherine. Thanks for joining us, friend. Be sure you vote on the cards later, okay? Okay. Oops, got a little off. Oh, wouldn't be the first time today I trimmed a card. Might not be the last.
Today it will.
Huh?
Today it will. That's your last card.
Is this my last card?
Yes.
I'm getting hungry.
I know. Me too.
There might be one after this. Need to see where we are. This is supposed to be a 2 to 3 hour class on Saturday.
We're all getting hungry.
Okay. And 2. A little orange on here I need to trim off. My sticky scissors. Not sticky scissors. Okay. going to cut this greeting up in pieces. I think we'll go to there. Too small to make a difference. Has never met a honeybee. Perfect. It's pretty. Okay. Let's get. We have an easier roll of foam tape here, I think. Another piece of foam here. Put my foamies on the back. So is this class ending early today, Mary says. I think we're going to do one more after this. Bryce is trying to rush me, but, I think we need to do another card yet. We still have some beautiful pieces left here. So not quite yet, Mary. Love that one. We have 5. Yeah, I'd like to make at least 6, so let's get another one here. This is a really neat one with the beekeeper. This might be the one that wants the honey, honey, honey. Okay, we might have to make an extra one because it's going to be fast. Sometimes when you see these bright, vibrant paper packs, people don't know what to do with them. They kind of get a little intimidated by the papers. Just let the vibrancy of the colors work for you. You guys all remember how to get 4 5x7s out of one sheet of 12x12 cardstock? Such sweet cards. Love that, Brenda. Pun intended. I also had that beekeeper one. That might have been fun to put up there too. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I didn't get that straight. But it's still wet enough to fix it. There. Okay. Okay, need opinions. This one might have to be on a piece of white. I'm gonna get these prepped here, and then you can give me your opinion which one we want.
Alma says, show us again how you get.
Okay, I will. 4 cards. 4 card set of 112 by 12. I can't get 5. I can get 4. I can get more 5 by if they're smaller than 5 by 7. But I will show you again. Oops. My glue is sliding on me when I'm trying to cut. Okay, need some opinions. I actually really like these two together. We've got the little beekeeper and the bigger beekeeper. And I like that, just putting those two together. Yes, I did, Brenda. That's exactly when I showed you, was with Hortensia the first time. But I'll show you again. Okay. So we got that one. Or, where's my honey one I had? Oh, here it is. Or you can put this one up here. Need some votes. Here's honey with a jar of flowers, which we could use on this one too. And we could do both of them. Actually, I like that there too. Maybe we should do that. I was going to vote, but let's put this one up here. And then we'll put that honey on the other one. Bryce, I just watched a movie on Netflix, Apple. What were we on when we watched The Beekeeper?
I think that was Amazon.
Was it Amazon? That was a good movie.
Annette's family rented a caboose on a train for her 60th birthday, and they're going to travel from Georgia to Tennessee.
Oh, that sounds great fun. There we go. There's our beekeeper. I love that one. That's fun. And the most fun thing about that is it came out of the center of our piece of cardstock. I love that. That makes me happy. Okay. And let's do this one. All right, guys, we are being prolific card makers today. This is a very easy card, but it's so beautiful. So it could be easy. Do a little of everything today. That's what we're going to do. A little bit of everything.
Except lunch.
Lunch is quickly surfacing on my priorities of things to do, I must say. Yeah, I agree with you, Brenda. Sometimes I think that you kind of need to let the paper speak for itself and just do minimal things to it and really let the paper shine. If it gets too much, it can kind of get distracting. And I'm really liking the way these are turning out. That caboose ride sounds like a hoot. Yes, thank you for mentioning that, Mary. In fact, while I'm working on this one, let me ask you that if you are watching and you're enjoying the show, please make sure that you hit the like button. That tells YouTube that people who are watching our channel are enjoying it. And that's one of the criteria they use as to whether or not they recommend your channel. Another criteria that they use is looking at the comment section, not our chat, but the comment section under the video. And so I ask that after the video is over today, you just refresh your screen. Just within seconds you can do this. Refresh your screen. Just leave a comment. Tell us what your favorite card was, or what else you'd like to see, or any other message that you'd like to share that's suitable for polite company. Okay. Well, I still have a few pieces left. I'm going to show you what I had left out of what was cut originally. I could still make another scrap card, I think, if I wanted to, out of some of these pieces.
Good night, Elsie.
Good night, Elsie. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, here's some more scrap. So, might have to go with a smaller card again if I do it again, but there's enough to make a scrap card. I have all of this and all of this. These two pieces are completely leftovers. I have, get a 12 by 12 piece of paper down from up there, please. Just the white one's fine at the top. I have all these card faces left. That's beautiful there. I still have some beautiful pieces of floral left. So I have all of those. I have some really nice florals that I'd already cut out. That would look really, really pretty. Let me take this one and add some leaves to it. We have enough to make some really pretties there. I still have Believe in Yourself. I still have some of my little jars that I had cut out. 1, 2, 3 of my little jars left. I have 2 of my greetings left. I have a very pretty little piece of artwork that just ended up being a scrap here. That would be gorgeous on something. Look at this little piece here. I could even layer it with one of my other